Hi all, let's do some more Oracle. We'll go ahead and start it up here. I've got it on my taskbar. We'll connect. I've got this file here. What we're going to go over today is not null. Not null just means you can't leave a space empty. It's not empty. It can't be left empty. Okay? So you can see here, I added it to this column. Okay, so this is what we had before. The item column holds a bunch of characters, 10 characters, and when we enter the data, we cannot leave it empty. You know, we have to enter in hammer or pliers or screwdriver. We have to enter in the name of the item. I think it'll make more sense once you see it work. We'll go ahead and create the table. Let's go ahead and see it. See what it looks like. So you can see here it looks the same as a primary key. It just says it can't be left null. Null just means nothing. You know, 0 is still something. Okay, you put the value of 0 in that spot. So that's something different. You know, null is nothing. You don't put anything in that spot. Okay, so let's go ahead and insert our data the way we normally do. So what we're looking at here is the item column. These guys here. See, that would be the item column. Hammer, saw, screwdriver. So let's go ahead and see it. There's our table as it stands now. So now we'll try to insert an item that's null. There's nothing in that second column. And it says cannot insert null into the item column here. And here, same thing, but I just left it blank. There's the item ID number, there's the cost, there's the number we have in stock, but let's say for some reason we just don't have the name of it yet. We don't know what we're going to put there. So that won't work either. And then 0. 0 is still something, right? So that still worked because it's still something. It's looking at that 0 saying, oh, that must be the name of the item, 0. Okay? So there's really not much to that. It's just that column can't be left empty. Okay. So let's go ahead and drop this table. And then let's do the same thing with the GUI. So you see how it's done there. Okay, so first we'll create the table. This is the same create table that we did above. It says table created here at the bottom. And let's go ahead and see it, see how it looks. So you can see here it says, is this column nullable? Are you allowed to put a null there? And it says no here. You know, these columns here, this one and this one, they are nullable. You're allowed to put a null there, but the primary key and this column, no, you are not. So that's nice the way they have it laid out. You can always come back and check your tables. And then we'll insert the data. Okay, let's go ahead and see it just to make sure we did it right. Everything's there. And then same as above, we'll try to insert another item and we'll say can we leave it null? See, this is 5, so we're going with 6. Right? We have to do 6 because of the primary key. And it says cannot insert a null into the products table, the item column. Cannot insert a null. This one here, this isn't a null error. It just says that you're missing something. So it says, hey, you're missing something here. You know, we tried to leave that blank. And then the 0. Instead of a null, we're putting a 0. And that worked. It would be nice if that did not work. You know, that's a number, right? But when we created the table, we said we wanted characters. So you would think when you entered in a number there, it would spit it out. So, but it doesn't. You just have to know what you're doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop this table. Okay, and before we quit, I want to show you how to do the same thing, but with the alter table. So it's alter table products, and then modify the item column and make it not null. Okay, so up here first we have to create the table, right? This is the way we created the table in the other videos. You know, just create products table. The ID num column is the primary key. And then these three columns are pretty straightforward. And then we're going to come back and run this guy and add not null here. Why would you want to do that? Let's say you're building your tables and you say, hey, I'd like to make it so they have to enter in a number here, or they have to enter in a name or something here. It forces the user to enter in something. So here first we'll create the table. Table created. Now we'll run the alter. And the thing that's different here is the modify. So alter table products and modify the item column and make it not null. Okay. And let's go ahead and check it out. And same thing here. Now we can see that that item column is not nullable. Just to mess around with this, we'll go ahead and insert some data. It works. Now let's try to insert a null. And you can see here, cannot insert a null into the products table item column. They're just specifying it here, products dot item. Go to the products table and use the item column. And since we're done with this, let's go ahead and drop it. And then I just have some notes here about not null. Column cannot be empty. You have to enter in the name of the item. Pliers, screwdriver, ladder. columns must have a value. By default, all columns are nullable. Now you have to tell the database, hey, I don't want to leave this one blank. Whenever you make a primary key, it's automatically not null. We've talked about that in the previous video. Yeah. You make a primary key, like the ID number column. Yeah. Well, if that column is the primary key, you don't want to leave it blank, right? That's the main column. That's the important column. So they're saying once you make a primary key, it's automatically not null. It forces you to enter something in that column. So. Null represents missing data. Yeah. I don't know the cost of this item yet, so I'm going to stick a null in here. Yeah. Null is untyped in SQL. See, like number is the type. Varchar is the type. Character is the type. What is the data type of the column? What is the data type of the column? If we look at the table, the ID number column, the type is number. What is the data type? You know, that's like a fancy word when it comes to programming. What is the data type? What is the data type of the item column? It's varchar. What is the data type of the cost column? It's number. And so on. So null is untyped in SQL. There's fancy programming things that you can do to check the type of certain things, you know. Like you want to run some code and it brings back, hey, that item is a number, or that item is a varchar. So that's why they're saying it's untyped. You can't run those things against it. And we've talked about this before. Null is not zero. Lots of people think null is just zero. Well, it's not. Null means nothing. Zero is still something. So, okay. So not null. It's real simple. It just means you can't leave that item empty. Okay. See ya. Bye.